Yes, so welcome back to the channel. It's everyday ultrasound, Kiwi style. As you know, I've been saying on my channel for a long time, it's very important when you're in your GP consult rooms, whether you're in the middle of a busy city practice or you're out in the middle of nowhere like we are now, have your ultrasound machine in your room switched on the whole time. It's one of the things that stops us using our ultrasound is the idea it might take time, whereas in fact that usually ends up saving us time in the long run because we manage to sort problems that might otherwise need other time-consuming investigations or even referrals. So today I just want to do a quick explanation of how I find difficult veins. If you're like us in our clinic here, we do our own bloods. Usually I get called when others are finding it hard to get the blood, and these are some of our skilled blood takers that take blood every day, and so I struggle as well, but with an ultrasound it makes everything much easier for the can't see, can't feel vein. I'll show you what I do. First of all, I'll come over to the ultrasound machine, which is right here. Thanks Katrina for doing the shooting, by the way. So I'm just going to demonstrate on myself, and Katrina, you could maybe stand there, and we might show you the vein and the screen at the same time. I'm just going to turn off the light. So you always turn your light off. You'll get a much nicer picture. All right. You want to do everything you can to optimize your picture. I've got a fancy scan machine here at the moment, but I would do the same thing with my handheld ultrasound, whichever one you've got. So say I was looking for a vein in someone's forearm, it might be, or a hand, whatever. If it was going to be for a venipuncture or for like putting in a cannula. There's a few ways of doing it. You don't have to watch the needle go into the vein on the screen, on an ultrasound. I find normally, and usually I just use the ultrasound to find the vein, identify the vein, see the way it's running, and then mark it, and then take the machine away and then just put the IV in or take the blood in the usual way. So basically finding the vein and marking it. So remember when you're looking at veins, and I'll do this on myself, just use your flat probe like this, or just for the purposes of this, I've got a little hockey stick which gives a bit more magnification. And you'll remember what veins look like, veins and arteries. If I just put this on here, and you might just show the screen as I put it, notice as I put that on the skin, so a vein will sort of show straight away. Notice that we've got gel, a lot of gel, so we're not even touching the skin. And you can see the veins. I've got good veins, so it's not a very good example, but we'll get to a trickier example shortly. So one thing is just look at the vein in transverse, and then remember veins are compressible, right? So I'm pushing, so I'm just sort of putting compression on the vein. That's one way of distinguishing a vein and an artery, isn't it? Of course. Oh, here we go. So that's a vein. See how I can compress it? You can also, if you want to, you can put your colour on. Veins don't tend to have much of a pulsation as you do that. See, there's a little bit of flow there. If you squeeze, Katrina, as you do, I'll get you to squeeze my forearm while you're keeping it in the same place. See how she squeezed my forearm, then let go, and then squeeze again. See how you can fill the vein. Thanks, Katrina. So that's another way of identifying your vein. You can use a bit of colour. Then what I would do, if you just look at my arm, I can see where the probe is, and I can mark the centre of the probe, and I'll show you this in the next demonstration, on either side of the middle of the probe. Make sure the vein is in the middle of the screen, and that's where the vein is going to be. And then if you want to, you can turn longitudinal if you look at the screen there. So that's a longitudinal vein, and again you can compress it, see? Make sure you don't slip off the side. And you can also mark that position as well. And that also helps you decide if the vein is going sort of straight, or maybe it's going off at an angle. See, if I go slightly off the vein, then I lose it, like that. Go back on the vein, and just try to get it in a good line, and you can see exactly the way the vein tracks, and that can help with your direction if you're putting a cannula in, or if you're doing a venipuncture. So again, transverse, put it in the center, mark the skin, and then take it away, and you've got your skin marked. Just draw a line where you marked your skin, a line down there, and that's where you do your venipuncture. So we'll move to a real subject shortly, and we'll show you how easy it is to do on someone who you can neither see nor feel the vein. Thanks.